Hey guys, we're back again. I'm sure you guys are surprised. 2024, second quarter. We are on the money now. We are vexing. We are vexing.
This is
We
our
are
money
vexing.
here.
Yes, we are vexing like the federal government and the speed which they are using to do the Lagos Calabar Road. Everything is happening. Fiam, fiam, fiam. Fiam, fiam, fiam.
The
Today
most
you see
active.
this. Today you see this. Tomorrow is gone. Bulldozer clearing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Hi, my name is Tayo AOT2, co-host of 234 Essential. And here with me is
Ugochi, the Igbo stallion. One of many, many things that I am, but yeah, hear it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again. If you're a first time listener, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the best podcast in Nigeria. The
You
podcast that
heard
helps you
it.
break down the Nigerian experience, that helps you navigate life in this great country of ours that is abundant with so much crude oil and electricity. Let's just leave it like that. We'll talk about that later. Yes.
Sure.
And your old time listener, you've listened before. Thank you very much. If you've not listened to our last episode, please do. It's available anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's there. It's free of charge. Nobody's billing you. It's free.
Access.
Yes. And we're here again. If you want to send fan mails to us, you can do that at fanmail@234essential.com, and that includes release therapy.
Love it. And follow us on every social media platform at 234 Essential Podcast. Build our little tribe, our little community. Join us. We promise it's going to be fun very soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you have a lot of disposable income at hand, you can just kindly donate to us as the link in the show notes. Yes, just quick appetizer, quick snack, and leave your widow's might or your widow's strength or anyone that you feel that the Lord is telling you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Bido Shika.
Yeah, Bidu
Support
Shaker.
the cause. Support the
Yes.
movement. It would be nice to
Yep.
see that.
Yep. Yeah, another episode. We thank God that we are all here, despite the hula balloons that are happening in this great country of ours,
Listen.
Nigeria. We will get into it. We will not. We're not rushing. We're not rushing. We are taking our time. We are taking our time, like the president of Nigeria, who is gallivanting, and they're giving him Ella all across the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And his media people just putting out any news they like at any time. Literally, his media team is working overtime.
His media team, they are those guys that they receive message on WhatsApp and they just spread it. They don't even those people that just spread messages on
You
WhatsApp.
understand?
They don't even think. So yeah, mail will spread down. Before you know it, rubbish.
Or let me communicate to my teammates so that they can understand that this was going on. But they will not do
Yes.
that. They will just take it from there. Pum. Anywhere they like, they paste.
They too they care.
Honestly, I don't think why I heard that word. Do they today bear?
Bebetos.
Now,
Bebetos
what
like-
did they say? What did they say? What do Gen Zs call baying?
I'm sure there's something. I don't know. I can't remember right
I
now.
feel
but
so. I feel so.
there's something.
I really feel so. I feel they have their words,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can tell us.
Yep. Nine Post has delivered mail to us. We have 2 mails. If you don't know what Nine Post is, you are definitely too young. Nine Post has delivered 2 mails to us with stamp and accuracy.
See, but
So the-
you know that. Do you
Yeah.
know that? Let me just chime in that one thing. You know that if you buy stuff from either Shein or some of these Chinese vendors, they send stuff. They can send it to the post office. Actually, they
I
send
don't
some
just
of
trust
the stuff to the
I
post.
don't just trust
post
Nigerian post office. I don't hear stories that touch.
My dear, now them be the source. So at the end of the day, though I know that there are some other agents that deliver as well. Maybe we should explore those agents in case my post is messing us up.
Now get money they go buy for Shane, please.
No, now Shein clothes are affordable.
Bend down selecto.
No,
It's
but
true.
Shein clothes are so affordable. Well, dollar rate charge. Dollar is really fucking with us, though. That's the truth.
Akoshe na indere never know.
No, you can go buy your own. Who sang that song? 21 with Abby.
No, it's one random guy. That's the only song the guy sang before he disappeared. One random guy.
Shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, that song was such a jam.
Yeah. Apologies if you hear a baby crying. It's not my child. Please. We all know
Ayo
the
has
child that
given
we're giving
birth to
birth.
you guys, not true.
Yeah, right. My
Ayo
neighbor
has
was
a-
recently My neighbor was recently blessed with a bundle with two bundles coming out from the oven.
Oh, I
That
love
means
it.
while we are happy for him in the compound at night, which we are not sleeping. The child that
I love
says
it.
yes, the child that says his parents will not sleep is also make sure that the
The
neighbors
other
do not
one do
sleep.
not sleep.
So we have double dose of crying, and I think they take it in shifts because as one cries and stops, the other one just carries it again. Tenor and soprano.
Man,
So that's where we are.
that's lots of work. Oh,
Yeah,
even
that's
in
it.
the
So
compound, she better be taking turns to go and carry the babies or the twins.
um, excuse me,
Because
did I do the hard work of
okay,
copulation? Why
that
should I
means you
not?
don't want to sleep. You don't. It's
Ah,
like you don't want to sleep.
yeah, I'm also come out now. So now tonight again, when I come home at night and they watch series and
No
I
peace
just
for you.
I connect to my speaker, Bluetooth speaker, so it
That's
loud
all.
loud
It be
well.
like
I know
say
the hear.
una that una band O don't increase go band B o because I una get like say they use watch film when you come back.
At this point, it's Bandef for him because I know they won't do the light anymore. It's a figment of our imagination, Bandef.
I love it.
Okay,
Please go.
let's jump into our mail. This person put his name there, but he didn't say whether we should state his name, so I'll leave it.
Hmm.
In case you want to be anonymous. Anyway, shout out to you. I just call you O. Shout out to you, O. Hey guys, this is an
Oh.
appreciation email. Oh. Thank you for all so much for what
Mm,
thank you all so much for what you've done to bring your voices to the Nigerian experiences despite what you are both going through. We are going through Shiggy Pro Max. We hear you loud and clear. Life be lifing. Keep up the good work and take time to rest, recharge, reinvest in you. And we day here whenever you put out pure 100 gold on this pod. Last episode, you guys really brought me back to 90s slash early 2000s Nigeria in a true way, reminiscing about biting batteries to get a little bit extra use, using the top of the big batteries and pen lids to make spinning top. Even the Tony Montana powder, that powder is goated. My brother,
listen.
they still sell that powder till today in Nigeria.
Oh God. They used to play by prize oh.
Ah, now shout out to them. I can
Yeah,
still smell it vivid. I can still smell it vividly from the days of trying to toast chicks. I'm crazy
listen.
thinking back to 2016, 2017 year old. Sorry, 16, 17-year-old me thinking I was cool. Sorry,
Listen.
bro. We've all been through that. I echo your point about meeting people in real life. Oh. Me, I dated intentionally heavy. I went to every
Mm-hmm.
event, networking, speed dating. We have speed dating in Nigeria. I guess yeah.
Yes, so I heard
Oh, you
that.
have? Ah, okay.
Yeah, there used to be this one they used to do at Echo Hotel some years ago. I don't know if they
You go,
still do it.
you go be a
But
cool
somebody,
hotel. They don't even do have a jegule. It's always a cool hotel. It will be go there
no
island.
one made them use streets for there. Oh. You need to.
All right. Speed dating, church wedding, watch party, listening party. You never know where you meet people with the right energy, of you putting out the right energy. For me, I still met my wife at work through mutual friends, sha, but we started dating just before I moved to another company. Last time I emailed, I mentioned we were expecting our first child. We welcome a beautiful baby girl who is doing amazingly and has changed our lives positively. Thank you for this amazing post. First of all, congrats on your new baby.
Do you
Congrats.
understand?
Yes. Tinubu will send you a package very soon. Tinubu is not giving
No,
everybody that has been bought Pekin, Tinubu will give you package now. So congratulations. That's fake
God
news, by the way.
forbid. Do you
It's just so
understand?
amazing. It's so amazing as the country hot. People are giving birth to children. Shout out to you guys.
The
Shout out to
package that you Tinubu is sending to them now because which kind of package again wants to give them hardship.
as a Nigerian, you're entitled to one rechargeable fan and one generator as a newborn child.
Important. Oh. See,
Yes. Now the way
you
we did
just
for
said
Nigeria
it
now.
well.
So as a Nigerian child, you're entitled to one rechargeable fan and new small generator. Small generator.
Yes, so
Yeah.
to
That's
start
what the
off
government
life.
owes you. To start off like because life is hard here.
Understand?
All right, second fan mail. This one he's named after an apostle who was formerly an assassin. If you don't know your CRK, I'm sorry for you. Moving on. But anyway, he knows himself, Mr. P. Uh, so he starts off with a banger. Ladies should be honest and upfront with their intentions. Genge, squah, first gunshot. It is not fair to lead a man on and waste his time and resources if you have no genuine interest in him. Second gunshot. Bah.
God,
There
I
is no
beg.
need to play hard to get if you're not interested. It is childish and disrespectful. I myself had a bad experience. And hey, I had a feeling. Because you told as if you're coming with cutlass. It was fresh. I myself had a bad experience with a lady who only wanted me to keep spending on her without any reciprocation or appreciation. Aside money, you also want to waste my time. Yet you don't want to date me. Are you whining Jesus? Four laughing emojis with tears
I
coming
beg.
out. I ditched her straight up, confused gender. Bang bang. I guess it's
Hey.
a response to our Mr. 7 over 10, Mr. 6 over 10, who said he has spent like
Yeah.
700K on one particular babe. So my guy is joining in the collective of brotherhood. We share the communal pain of being led on and led astray.
CBIC.
Yes,
Is that what
by
CBIC is?
I don't know what you're talking about. By
I
the by the fair agenda. You understand, my brother. You understand. This woman we are here wilding. But anyway, God is in control.
see.
Which do you have anything to say?
I want to first start with the first fan mail because
Okay, okay, okay,
so
okay.
cute, really. Thank you so much. See, it's so nice when we hear compliments on this pod because it really helps with the energy boosts from time to time, to be honest, for everybody that listens and waits on 234, because the person actually said he waits on us at any time we're ready. We know that that might not be possible, but we be sure to keep coming
Wait
back.
for me. Mm, mm, mm.
Oh my gosh, do you get what I mean? But like, yes, thank you to everyone who listens consistently, especially this person. Thank you. Oh, and then yes, Tony Montana powder is really good. I remember growing up, I used to put it under my armpits to go to school. I don't know if anybody else did that, but like when puberty came calling, maybe this was like maybe 9, 10. Hey, if you don't they go school like this, you want to smell nice, then you don't want to if you don't want to steal your mom's perfume or your sister's stuff. Well, I had an elder sister. You don't want to steal anybody's things. Just put Tony Montana under your armpit so that it go they absorb all the sweat first and keep you
Yeah.
moving.
Mm-hmm.
But congratulations on on your baby too. I Babies are truly blessings. Um, Ayo has experienced it in his life as well, on
As a, sur-
different
as,
levels.
as a surrogate father,
Do you understand? So a set of newborn twins,
a
and
neighborly
I'm.
father.
Do you understand? A neighborly father, oh. And I'm a recent auntie, and I know that like every time I see my niece, I'm excited. It just feels like it was not such a bad place after all. But yes, so congratulations to you. Um, and then now to this person that is has had terrible experiences with women. Again, I always say like don't. If you've listened to this podcast for a long time, we're 4 years this year. Whoop whoop whoop. But if you've been listening to three for a while, I always say like, don't be with any person who is not going to be vocal about what they feel about you. Because I think sometimes we rely a lot on body language, and I feel this is even for everybody across every relationship. Don't be with a person that you can't have conversations with or be vocal about certain things with. If the person doesn't like it, then they don't like it, and they will let you know, and then you know how to behave moving forward, right? I don't feel like money, every time that we have a conversation on money being a factor when it comes to dating, it just goes off in my head in a sense, right? Money is needed to date, period. Male and female. Money is needed to date. So let us remove that one from the conversation. If you're now having issues with attacking conversations or communicating properly, then there's a problem. Because if you want something, remember Mr. 5 over 10 or 6 over 10 from last week's fan mail, he was talking about having spent all this amount of money, and the girl wasn't giving him ROI according to him on his investment. But it's just like, what are you really investing? If you're also only investing money, you're also going to be getting people who just want to take your money, right? But like if you're investing money and you're trying to be intentional, you're communicating, but because say Ashawe de una I na why? Now really why if Ashawe no de you are not supposed to behave like that. You'll be having more intentional conversations. See the fan mail from before this one that we just read. He said he had to be intentional, or he or she, I'm sure, I'm sorry, it's the guy. He had to be intentional about dating. if you want to get something, then intentionality is key. If you're not intentionally communicating your desires or your needs, of course it'll be brushed under the table and nobody's going to talk about it. And nobody's going to
Yep.
force you to get what. Yeah, you have to be vocal. Like, this is 2024, right? If you're with somebody that is not telling you anything, then and you two, you're not saying anything, you're not trying to have that uncomfortable conversation, and leave her now. There's no fighting there, but always putting it on the next person sometimes. And that's why, in every time I have a conversation when it comes to two adults, whether male or female, male, anything, you need to learn to communicate. It's not the easiest thing, but you have to. And it's not always the relationship. No, the relationship should not always be based off of the sweetness of it. The uncomfortable conversations are also the sweetness of the relationship. Yes, it is uncomfortable, and I mean this for every relationship, whether it's the ones you have with your friends, the one you have with your coworkers, the one you have your romantic relationships, the one you have with your family, whatever. Have that conversation. If you don't have it, you just keep having reoccurring problems that you don't know, and you're feeling unsettled because they're not. You feel like nobody is paying attention to what you're saying. If you're talking over and over about the same thing and then you're not getting any response, then there's that. I feel like Ayo has maxed out. Just that
I'm
sigh
listening.
was
I'm
an
listening.
intent.
I'm listening.
But yeah, if you feel like you're sick and tired of, and I speak to myself when I even say this, to be honest. If you think sick and tired of having the same results, they need to change their approach, right? So yeah, so that girl probably broke your heart. I'm sorry about that. Character formation
Yeah,
is often.
no. Oh, no. When it's like,
As you really thought you saw. Nigerian film really did a thing, or Nollywood. Shout out to Nollywood. But yeah, if you want communication, then communicate. If you're communicating and it's hitting a brick wall, then it means that you're not talking to the right place, so you're not talking to the right person. But like all those ones that will not say, "Oh, you spent money and then you did," my dear. Any endeavor that you put your hand inside, money is going to come outside. This country as it is right now, even if you sit down at home, money must leave your pocket somehow.
yes,
Somehow,
no.
somehow. Do you understand?
Billing,
If it's
billing,
not,
billing, they come automatic now. You wake up like this and billing straight.
literally, like there is so automatic now these days with having your credit cards on platforms and shit. It's very automatic. Before you know it, bam, done.
Ah,
So
Zenith Bank did one for me. Ah, the thing took me. It
it
took
really
me.
who
So,
I
so
what's
using
happening with
Uber
any bank though?
is so it's not Uber's fault, right? There's a time I
Okay.
took it, right, and there wasn't money on my card,
Mm,
right. I think by the next day I already put money on it, so it debited it.
mm,
But because of that,
mm,
they now put my account on authorization, which means that if I book a ride,
mm,
it doesn't debit me at the end. It debits me immediately I book a ride. I hope you
Oh,
understand.
wow. Mm.
Yeah, immediately debit before I even receive notification that, oh, I've gotten a driver. It debits me already to show
I'm
that,
mad
okay,
though.
my card is working. So Uber did this for like 6 or 7 trips. Then after that, they now sent me an email that, oh, authorization on my card no longer exists. That it will now go back to
Mm,
normal billing at the end of a trip. Somehow, somebody's Zenith Bank did not get the information. So
mm.
one day, I booked
Wow.
a ride and the money was like mad or something. And I cancelled
Mm,
it. It debited me like that instantly. I was like,
wow.
what the fuck is happening? I did it again. For some reason, it happened again. They took like 18K. Ah, I
Uh-uh.
said Zenith Bank. I wrote email. They said I should do something, do something, do something. At the end of the day, they only paid me for one of those trips. They didn't pay me for two of those trips.
Be
So
serious.
now I don't even hear English. Immediately, I just went to my Uber. I said cash trip. It's no longer card. If app no
See,
work, we go now go beg the driver. I cannot be collecting debit on top one bank's inefficiency.
do you understand? I feel like there's been some. I feel like Zenith Bank actually has a problem with I don't know whether it's their firewall or some dispensing problem. I'm always hearing like challenges from Zenith Bank and deducting people's money. There was a time that they were deducting money from people's USD accounts, or I don't even know what that
Yeah, I
was
was
even
afraid.
about.
I was afraid
Do
then,
you
but I just realized. I remember that my money for USD not even plenty, so my own no go high.
so
Before they reach my own, for the rectify am. Now the people wey dey up, people wey get like 500K, 100K,
you
people
get
like us wey now McDonald money we get. McDonald's money,
this
they no go say you thief this one. Then you will see this one's
see
money sef. He will come to the banking hall and go naked because this is all he has. So let's just leave him alone. Let's see for people that can afford. They won't notice immediately. Because if I see debits for my dollar account, hey,
first
I'm calling
shit
AIT, LTV,
hot
MBI,
honestly, let one person
MITV. I'm calling everybody. Punch,
arise
Clear
me.
News, Alaroye, everybody. Everybody. Hey,
I
come and see
love
me. Oh. Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Help me,
Back
please.
to
But what they,
back to this email. What do you want to say?
mm, man, when I
I
say
said
like,
back to
but
this
why are they
email.
always between people's accounts? I'm like, why do they always debit people's money? And why is all that inefficiency? I saw Shan George on Instagram yesterday talking about how somebody stole money from her Zenith bank account, and I was just
First of
like,
all, first of all, Sean George is on Instagram. Jesus
yes, she is.
Christ.
She's even verified.
That's an
See,
OG. Sean
babe,
George.
that's Shan Jojo. You
Hmm.
check it out. She's been putting out
Oh,
content.
Sean George. It's somebody
Yeah.
else I was thinking about. I thought you were talking about Sandra Atrums. Oh, wow.
No,
I've
no,
seen
no, no.
Sean George up and
Atrams. I don't know where
yeah,
Sandra
because
Atrams
Sandra,
is herself.
she got
Oh
married that
gosh.
time at the height of her fame
Mhm.
and she moved out of the country with her husband. So, yeah, that's what happened.
That continues. I wish her well
Life
wherever
goes
she
on.
is. She gets, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, the debit is really something else. They should check it. So this one that people's money is going missing in these wicked times. Not the best thing that we want to be
This-
hearing right now.
These are the
And
perilous times the Bible wants us of. These are the perilous
you
times
get
where money will go missing. Before people go missing on the day of rapture, money will first move first
hey
before
God,
people move. And this is
see
what we are saying.
people will first run mad first because what money? It better make people miss than make money miss. So
Hmm.
at this point, but I want to say something. I want to say back to the fan mail. Tell us, give
Yeah,
us some
back to the
wisdom.
family. The problem with men these days is that you don't do reconnaissance before you attack.
I
You see,
love it.
before
Recky.
army or military, the military go somewhere, they do reconnaissance, they look
Mhm.
everywhere, they
You get.
understand they understand the lay of the land, the topography,
Mhm.
the climate, you know.
Love it.
This is why Instagram is good. When you go to a babe's Instagram and you can judge from the lifestyle that this one passed my pocket. My guy, be humble. Be humble and just look for
Sit
just
down.
do. It's like when you go into a boutique, you do what? Window
Mhm.
shopping. Window shopping. Use it as a point of contact. That Lord, one day I'll be able to afford this 80K Lacoste shirt. But you do not go into
Mhm.
a shop and they're selling Lacoste for 80K and you want to be doing negotiating, you want to be negotiating price. It doesn't work. If I go to a Nike store and I want to go and buy Nike sneakers, it is clearly boldly written there 150K for two pairs, one left leg and
Mhm.
right leg. I did not go there and
Mhm.
I say, 150K. Come on now. You living like money too much. Can't you take 30K? No.
They could be on skills.
When you go to a base page and you can see the lifestyle is different for when you see person on the chop for slow, all these other places, all these places where you highest where you chop now, maybe SS are the grade,
Please don't give me.
understand that there are levels to this shit, my guy. You understand? Look at the hair where the girl they wear. If that hair don't pass your salary, one salary per month, my guy, be humble. Be humble, please.
Sit
Do not go to
down.
yes. If you see babe, every time she's on her snap or on her story, she's inside G Wagon. My guy, please and please. You are still writing HR that you need official car. My guy, be humble. One day God will do it to you or by the other end. But now there are levels to these parameters. And so to avoid stories that touch, don't have be saying, now poor man they say I love you. Now poor man they do romance. It don't go. Stop watching
God,
African
I
magic.
beg.
All that the poor girl in the village will marry the prince. There's nothing you can do about it. African magic needs to stop deceiving a generation. Nobody is marrying for true love. There's nothing like true
Boy, they
love.
don't know.
It dey happen.
But they
It
happen,
depends.
yeah.
It happen. Yes. But you when your eye they shine. You see person go to Monaco. Today the person is in Marabella or somewhere. You never even go there
Mm.
and carry game reserve. My guy, please. As TFC sang,
Mm.
stay with the water, the oceans and the, no, the rivers and the this thing that you are used to. Don't go and chase after waterfall. Stay where you
Don't
did. Stay where you are
after
celebrated.
waterfalls, I
Stay where you are
say.
champion. Stay where you are champion. No, they go the bear. We gonna spend 400K on the date. You're not gonna meet accountant the next day.
If you have it,
Oh,
spend it though.
can you give me IOU? This month has been rather, rather rough. It's gonna be rough. You go chop for where you know supposed to go to. Thank you.
You heard it from Daddy Gio himself, CBIC, Esquire, sitting. No release therapy has come in a while, actually, because I don't
There's no
understand how I've not said
no
this in a
money in
hot
this. There's no money in the streets. Nobody has time for relationship anymore or anything.
hell.
Everybody's chasing money. Cost of
One or
living.
two is
Cost of living has increased the cost of romance. So
oh,
everybody to his own. To his own.
it's not a zero. Let me tell you the truth. It's not even a lie because the cost on the menu has increased. Shisha is now has now come to sit at 20K per what's it called per what do you call that
Pass,
thing per
Pashisha.
pot
Mm.
exactly. um Everything's expensive, really. The country is expensive. um Somebody sent me a message today about a family member, a cousin of mine. She sent me a message and she said, oh, auntie, the cost of living is so expensive, especially for students. And I have to take a step back to say, you know what, let's like tell me what's really going on. Because as adults, we're thinking about our own the cost, of course. Hey, the cost is costing. But like
God
she
in
was
a
like, oh,
helele. God in a
yeah,
wire. Yes.
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question after I finish saying this. And
Yeah.
she says, "Oh, I'm going to. I'll ask you." She says, "Oh, that the cost of living is fairly high for students." I'm like, "Okay, let me even hear this thing. Maybe it's been a minute since I've been a student, so maybe there's a difference." Of course, is schools always still like Nigerian schools trying to milk the hell out of students for the
Obviously.
inefficiencies of the government. Do you get
Obviously.
what I mean? Making handouts more expensive, telling people to submit assignments with money, all those things. Just like, does it ever really even stop?
No, it
Like,
doesn't stop.
how?
System of
It
oppression. It's a
doesn't.
system of oppression.
Do you get? And they find like a new outlet each time. Every time one useless textbook that you don't even know. All the textbooks that I bought in university, I don't even know where they are. That's the annoying thing. Guess what? Actually, what happened was in my final year, they locked the hostel and locked all our things inside. Do you know that by the time we
Oh,
went on short break and came back, they had thrown everybody's stuff out of the hostel and said they were doing renovation. And that was
and
how
you
people just lost stuff. Yeah.
Great Nigerian students. Great.
Listen, and we dey pay SUG levy o. You
Yes.
understand? We are paying SUG levy. We're even paying for the
SUG
hotels.
SUG is the training school for oppressive politicians in future. Those are the
So,
people that are going to oppress you in future are from SUG. If you check most of our
honestly,
Nigerian politicians, they were in SUG, and that is where they
yes,
learn to
bro.
oppress you. That was the incubator. That was
Honestly,
the academy for them. So all those SUG, nothing. Those ones don't do
that's
anything
the
for them.
right words. Honestly, the
Yeah.
incubators for them to flourish in the general Nigerian economy. But
Yeah.
yeah, all that mess really, and the bite is biting, and it's not because we're not resourceful people. I know that over time, the more these challenges come up, we'll always find that, because that's what we do. We will find a way to break even for ourselves in the country. These days, people working two jobs is not an anomaly. It's just that you're working two jobs to make available your basics. You're not working two jobs to build a house, or chase your dreams. You're working two jobs to afford your basics. A liter of fuel went as high as 2,000 naira per liter. Oh, we'll get to that. I'll be sorry. Make I no jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cost of living has really been costing, and maybe God, I beg. Everybody's finding it difficult. It's not special. It's not dedicated to just one person, which is why it's so alarming to me when we're having conversations in 2024 and somebody saying, "Oh, just give him 1 year now. In a year, you will see a difference."
I've
Because
seen
now,
there's a
before,
difference. There's been a
no,
difference.
that some fanatics have been saying, but they started first with give him 6 months. Now the 6 months don't pass. They don't say now give him 1 year. Just like,
1 year
I
don't reach
don't.
now. This 1 year is this
Just
month now. By May
exactly.
29, we'll not reach
Now
the 1 year.
once the 4 years is done, once the 4 years is done, just see, because it's this same nonsense that will do now that will push it. God forbid to not enter 8 years. That's what will happen. That's what we'll keep saying. Oh, let us see, 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 let us see. Don't they go? God, I beg. Anyway, Sha,
What's the question you wanted to ask me?
if you were to describe your current living conditions in Nigeria by a song, what will it be?
Onward Christian soldiers. That is the song. That is the song.
I love it.
That is the
you need
song.
to be you need to be honestly, you have to be the onward, you have to be matching onward because
Yeah,
can't give up for any reason. How? No, no, no. I don't know. Every day, day by day, it just becomes more daunting that we need to. Something has to give, Sha. That's the truth.
anyway. Let's do
Something has
catch up
to give.
time. How's your week minus the obvious political situation which we'll get into? How's your week generally? How are you doing?
The country is hot.
Oh yes, we can talk about that
Very,
one. The country
very
is hot.
hot.
But
Oh my God.
the rain like in the last 2 days. It came in and saved us from the boiling temperature.
That's a temporary fix because we know that we're going back to where we're coming from and it's hot. It's really, really, really hot. The country is so hot. And sad thing is that I wasn't even checking the temperature in the past weeks. I should have. Next time, make a mental note to do that.
34 degrees, 35 degrees, 34 degrees,
I think
35
it
degrees.
was no, it can't be 35. It
It
can't
was
be
30,
30.
so some days is like 37, 36, 37. In the northern part is like 40. In some parts it's like 40.
Ah, it's hot. It's
It's
been
so hot.
so, so, so
It's so hot
hot.
sometimes that it they drag with the AC. The heat they
You
drag with the AC.
understand? You know, even they work, then lights no con day, all those
Oh,
kind of things. Oh, it's really truly been a really interesting time in Lagos. Um, so I'm trying to psych myself to get to do the work that I need to do. Not psych myself. I've actually started putting some effort towards the work that I need to do. Um, I don't know if I'm going to talk about it in detail right now, but like I'll be sure to like keep it, keep everybody up to date with what's going on and how this process is going. But um I think it's also just like the meeting that we had today, I think it's also me just sitting down with myself and reviewing the first half of the year to say, okay, so far, what have we done to inch ourselves closer to what it is that we want to do for ourselves long term. I didn't think about it as Q1, Q2, but like because we're having that conversation these days, just like yeah, maybe you need to think about it in that light. But just thinking about what do I need to do, small steps, big steps to get into where and what I want to do. I've mentioned on this episode, on this podcast, that I'm really looking into doing a master's. Do I think that a master's is the solution to the problem? No, but it solves a problem, it solves certain problems, That's something I'm really looking strongly and actively into. Um, maybe I haven't done I've not done the full work, but I mean, it's definitely in process for me. Um, yeah, I'm just basically surviving Lagos, surviving Nigeria. Um, I've been in a little bit of a recluse as well, not speaking so much to um, friends and family for reasons best known to my mental health. Because sometimes people just expect you to be 100 all the time, but like can't be 100 all the time. I have my own issues that I'm thinking about, and also realizing that you can't tell everybody everything. You know, no matter
Yeah,
how
I get you.
close you are,
Yeah.
yeah, no matter how close you are to a person, you can't tell everybody everything because people change, information gets passed around unfortunately in some ways that you're probably not even aware of, and if you're not ready to interact with those demons, then probably just keep it to yourself, but
Mhm.
it's been a really challenging week, mentally, physically, still at the gym, of course. Um I thought I needed a gym body, but I'm realizing that I think I might be good on my own, just like building that discipline for now. And then when I get some certain routines right, then definitely be actively looking for a gym body. I know somebody. Some people will say, "Oh, a gym body can help you do that," but I think it's the lone part to check myself. So let
Mhm.
me see. Let me see what that's going to look like. Yeah, I wanted to hit the 4 times a week gym marker, like go back to what it used to be, and thankfully I hit that this week. Whoop 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 whoop.
Nice, nice.
Um, do you understand? That's one achievement for the week. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? I have a new neighbor. Settling in
Mhm.
nicely. I know after how many years of being neighborless, but like it also just feels weird having someone else in the same space as me. Um, yeah, just all that fun stuff. Really looking at. I think I've also come to a point in my life where I think I'm there's a turnover in a sense, or like a transitioning, especially as regards to my friendships. A lot of my friends have relocated. We don't talk about this shit enough, but yeah, a lot of my friends have relocated. And then the ones that are still in Nigeria are really busy with their life, and you can't blame anybody because we're all going through it. But I'm also seeing that there might be room for now creating new relationships, and for that, it presents like a new opportunity to redefine stuff, to be a new version of yourself, or to present a new version of yourself. So there's all of that also happening. I don't know if I just made any sense with all the breakdown I just gave, but it's been
You
a
did.
great week.
You did.
Okay, thank God. It's been a
Yeah.
good week. I'm looking forward happily to the month of May. It was Workers' Day on the 1st of May. What did I do? I don't know. I just binge watched a series and just really took my time off to rest. And then the next day went back into the jig of things. But really happy for all these small holidays in between. Gives us a break from the wickedness that is the Nigerian economy. But hey, what do we know?
Yep.
But yeah,
What
that's it
do
for
we
me.
know? Yeah. Me. I started
How's
my
your?
week. I started my week hunting for fuel. Talk about that
Oh,
later.
uh-huh.
Uh, Not hunting for fuel exactly, but queuing for fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Or fuel, as they say in America.
Feel
Um,
gas. They say gas.
Gas. Yeah, gas.
Yeah,
Spent
gas.
spent most of my days going to the office to work because electricity is not electricity, and budget wise or money wise, it's better for me to go to work, which is almost a stone throw away for me than be giving
Mm,
NNPC and Dangote refinery and everybody my hard earned money.
lucky.
So that was good. I did quite a lot. I was productive. I've been editing videos. I've edited a
Mm,
batch and they'll be coming out. So you're going to listen to this next week. So obviously you would have seen like 3 videos coming out.
mm.
Uh yeah, still working on my book, writing. I'm on a new chapter and about women in Afrobeats. So I hope to finish
Whoop,
that
whoop, whoop, whoop.
in 2 weeks. What else again did I do? I watch a lot of TV series because I can't keep myself. There has to be work
I
and
do.
work life balance because Nigeria it turn you into a slave and before you know it you just fall down and die.
Honestly,
I don't want to fall down and die
I don't see myself.
except I'm in MFM, which is a different context entirely. Yeah,
And if person
yeah,
don't dey pray,
yeah. That's how my week has been. What else? What happened? The rain beat me on Friday. One that rain that just came out
oh,
from nowhere. Thankfully, he
Sorry.
didn't beat me that much, but he whooped my ass a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, did a bit of shopping. Um,
Mm.
that's about. I
Grocery
think
shopping,
no
shopping.
cloth shopping, no t-shirt shopping,
Mm-mm.
not
Mado.
grocery shopping. Yes. Yeah, that's
Beauty
about
must
it.
be maintained.
That's how my week went. Not I didn't allow Nigeria to bug me or stress my life because
As it shouldn't.
you have to understand that some things are outside of your control. It's not your fault that some people are
Mhm.
corrupt and inefficient. You just happen to have been born in one of the countries that have one of the most stupid set of leaders. And you can see I'm saying very calm. I'm not very, I'm just very blasé
Yeah,
about
you're
it.
not frazzled.
I'm not
Exactly.
frazzled. I've seen everything in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
I will
Mm-hmm.
talk about it further into the episode. So yeah, that's how my week went. That's how my week went.
Sounds really productive. Are you one of
Yes,
those people that put like everything that you need to do on your Google Calendar?
not Google Calendar, but I have like I said, every Sunday I do like a review, and I say, okay, this week this is what I must have achieved by the end of the week, and it just keeps ringing in my head. So I know that today I have to do this video, tomorrow I have to do this video, tomorrow I have to write this article, blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I just do. Because I said the best thing I did today this year was to follow that Twitter account that lets you know the daily percentage of how
Please, what do you
far.
say is the name again? Don't be angry.
Let me see. I sent it to somebody. Somebody who listened to the poll sent me, asked me that I should send her the link or the Twitter handle.
Hmm.
It's called year underscore progress on X. Year underscore
Okay.
progress. Yeah, and like two
Okay.
times a day to give you like, oh, we're 35% of the year has gone or something like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
So we are 33.75
Um,
percent. I believe. I believe. I choose to believe. Yeah.
33 point or 34?
We are maybe
I don't even know.
34. I don't think I'll check the latest one. On my dollars is 24. God damn. Live. This is live
What
news, ladies
is
and
going back
gentlemen.
up now?
It's going down.
Jesus.
You see, I need to
Ah,
go and change my dollars
sorry,
fast. So
going
it's
down.
not one. I didn't know it was coming back to
Ah,
1.4. Anyway, we know we just it's based
I
on
hope
the
me personally, I felt like that whole dollar dropping shit was a speculation, and a
it
speculation
was
that they shifted. They didn't really do anything. There
it
was not
wasn't
any.
so what they're doing is basically sweeping the debt under the carpet. It's not a long-term
Do you
approach.
get?
It's bad goes, bad goes. It's going to start it's going to be between 1.5 2,000 by the end of the year. So if you know you have your dollars,
Mm-hmm.
just keep it to yourself, no matter what happens. Anyway, yes, we're
Exactly.
34% complete. This year is 34% complete. So when I see this, I'm like, shit, or more. Let's keep moving. Oh. Let's keep moving. Because before you know it, we'll be saying Happy New Year 2025.
Honestly, to be
Yeah.
very honest.
So that's it.
So,
We have a few things that I haven't achieved. I've not even started. Like going out more, lifestyle
hmm,
content is still that one
not
is
the
still high.
best time to be honest, though, because
But bro, it
not
has to be no.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
probably
never
not
the
the
best
best
time
time.
to do anything in Nigeria. It's never the best time to do anything in Nigeria. But you just have to go and do it.
Facts,
And do it and
facts,
take one step at
facts,
a time. Yeah.
facts. Actually, facts. Because if you wait, see, I think that's one thing that Nigerian economy also teaches you. See, once you see that thing there, if you can
See,
afford it, just do it.
I know a lot of things that I wanted to buy last year, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it off. I'll put it off. Those things have now
Mm-hmm.
quadrupled in price, and I'm like, I should have not bought it back then. Because in Nigeria, things will just get more expensive. It's not going to get cheaper.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's just like if you see lights and you say, don't say, oh, later in the evening. No,
No,
just
it's
do
not in
that thing
America.
there
Go on
and
now.
then.
Go on now.
Do you
Go on
understand?
now.
Like just do it there and then. Don't say, oh, later I'll fix. No,
Yeah,
there,
like
there,
yesterday.
there, there.
Yesterday morning when I saw we had electricity, I just shot like 4 videos. I just put on my tripod, my light and everything. Shot 4 videos at once. Cause we are waiting
Exactly.
for NEPA. Hey, hey,
Ah,
hey, hey.
can be really disappointed.
Hmm.
Honestly, can really things can really spin out of control really quick, and that's how you'll be
Really quick.
without lights for 2 weeks without talking. I
Yeah,
beg.
so I have all the contingencies ready. There's no lights. I already know. Don't worry, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To be a
I love
Nigerian, to
that.
be a Boy Scout, always be prepared. Always be prepared. Because it can happen at any
See,
time.
any damn time, literally, because you can't be sleeping. You really
You
can't
can't
be
be caught sleeping on
sleeping.
the bicycle. Yeah.
Honestly, you can't, and it really just even helps. It just keeps us on the edge all the time, which is, I don't know, a good or a bad thing depending on the climate. But like
Mm-hmm.
we're consistently on the edge because you don't know what's when what can fall off.
Or more.
Man,
It can happen at any time.
at any time or at any time
Okay.
for real.
Let's jump into X of the week. And this X of the week was taken from TikTok. It was just a screenshot from TikTok, but it was taken from the screenshot is from X, but it was on TikTok. And this has to do about weddings. So a certain fellow named Mr. Kubas tweeted, "Wedding in America, invites 100, attendance 68, gift 68." That means the attendance matched the gifting.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who attended came. Missing items, zero. Somebody now added Ajasa in the thread. His name is Mr. Todson, I believe. Wedding in Africa, because Africa is a country and not a continent.
Mm-hmm.
Invites 200. Attendance 3,753. I like the random
Please
number. It was
don't
just a
understand.
random. How can you invite 200 people and 3,753 people arrive? But don't worry. Are in attendance, don't worry. Gifts out of the 3,000 plus 16 gave gifts. Wow. Missing items 32 phones, 61 plates, 103 glasses, and 9 crates of beer. What is a
I love
Nigerian wedding without a few phones missing, plates missing, food missing, and some crates of beer are just randomly disappeared? It has been siphoned by somebody in the
it.
family and they can't find it anymore.
Some see is that stealing of drinks for me, and they start from the table during the event first, then they go and steal inside the
Yes, now.
bigger
They'll
coppers.
do as if
For,
they'll do as if they're carrying the plates and they just
do you understand?
swipe your phone.
It
Swipe
starts
your phone.
right from the table. Honestly, for all those people that used to go to the wedding and go and kolobi, that used to hold tight to the things on the table that they've put there for everybody on the table to enjoy, those ones too, they should be added to the thieves on the
Yes.
of the
Some people
numbers
come
of
to the table and start taking all the wine, the 5 alive,
souvenirs.
everything. They go
Do
pack
you
am.
understand?
Ah, sister, it's for everybody. It's a commonwealth. This is not a dictatorship. It's not a
Do you
monopoly.
understand?
Let it spread. Let it spread. Don't let hunger. Don't let hunger. Motivate your decision. There
Get
are
the
the
better
five
part
alive
for
plenty.
you.
Five
Do you
alive still
get?
plenty. How much
Ah,
the five alive? Auntie. Ah,
eh.
uncle. I beg.
But you know the sad part. You now go to
What?
the wedding. By the time that person kolobis that one five alive pack, they will not
Mm.
now bring any drinks to the table again.
You
That
don't
shit
pass you now.
is
You don't pass you by.
hey.
That
Do you
is why you have
understand?
to bribe the boys who like serve the waiters. You have
ASAP.
to bribe those guys because now they're going to drop out for you. Just give them like
Do
two
you
five. Bro, everything is flowing before the bride's mother eats. You don't chop something.
see?
You don't chop like
Honestly,
3 rounds. You don't chop like 3 rounds already.
they'll round up everything on your table. You have all the small chops, all the ice cream, all the drinks at the event. You receive
The only thing that
because
you'll be certain is that they won't call you to the high table. That's the only thing they won't call you. But any other thing that is given freely in the reception, you go enjoy them. You go enjoy them. You
you
go enjoy.
enjoy it all.
The band, the band will even call your name. The band will even call your name, safe. They go hear
Do you
you.
understand?
Fabi Johnson will
See,
hear you. Ah,
shout out to all those to friends and people at weddings that spray people money. Big shout out
uh,
to you.
spraying of money is
Ah,
illegal now. 234 just want to say it as part of our community service. Spraying of money is illegal. If they catch you, please do not mention our name. Do not say that
please.
we don't know you. Uh,
Remove ourselves from EFCC's radar. Sharp, sharp first.
because I don't know anybody. Oh. I don't be chief priest. Oh. I don't know person for Nigeria. Oh. My daddy, nobody know my daddy. Oh. I beg go. They lock me there six
Why
months.
are you doing this? I'm
Okay.
sure that a prolific media person like you. What do you
Don't
mean?
really prolific. Now me, I need this
Uh-uh.
go share sir. Now me, I need this go share sir. We share shaving stick self.
What
I
do you
beg you.
mean?
I beg.
A prolific media personality,
Now so.
OG media personality like you. What do you mean? I
Now
can
so.
go into any building and say, I know I'm in Tayo and spread the money up. What's happening? What,
Okay.
what are we really doing here?
But that I go, I will remove my SIM. I won't shut down my phone. I will remove my SIM. I will remove it. Hmm.
Disappear into the background.
As I remove it, I'm going to Lume Street. I'm carrying bus to
Rent
Lume.
a ghost.
Lume. I
A rent a ghost movement.
declare, I declare asylum. Please, so I'm being politically persecuted in my country. Help
Do
me.
you
Help
understand?
me. I beg.
Oh my god! I saw one, just to segue real quick, right? I saw one report on Instagram recently about people living under the bridge at
Oh,
Dolphin, the bridge that leads to Dolphin
Dolphin,
Estate. Did you
Dolphin,
see that?
Ikoyi. Yes, Dolphin, Ikoyi. It's
Yeah.
said in Ikoyi that you see that they rented some of those places under the bridge.
Yes,
250,
under the bridge.
250K per room under the bridge.
Honestly.
From 250K.
So I think that 250K is per annum
It's per
for
annum. Yeah,
rent.
it can't be
Yeah,
per month. It's per annum.
yeah.
Under the
250K
bridge,
per
yes.
annum for
Under the bridge,
rent.
ladies and gentlemen. Under the bridge.
So
Ikoyi under the
wild.
bridge. It's mad.
See, that's what we always say, like on this pod, right? Like you think poverty is so far away from you until, like, if you look inside, you think it's a wealthy area till you look at the fine print of it and see the amount of poverty there's
No, there's no
actually just
place.
walking around.
Maybe in Lakwe estate at the golf resort, wherever.
Mm,
You might say, oh,
mm.
that place, there's no poverty there because that one is But everywhere in Lagos that I know of, be it Banana Island, is it VI? VI, now you enter some street, you don't even know whether
What
wait,
if you still lack when you will get poverty?
you go reach there. No, you go reach there. But for now, it's still the early years.
You
It's still
know.
the early years.
Mm,
Ikoyi is even worse because the way Ikoyi is designed, if you enter one street, you don't enter Obalende. That's how Ikoyi is really,
yeah.
which is very confusing. Why they'll put a place like Obalende so close to Ikoyi?
Do
You
you
are
get
walking
what
in
I mean?
Ikoyi, you take a turn and you are literally in Obalende, and this is Fuji Obalende. This is
Mm-hmm.
yeah, NURTW Obalende, which is
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So there's nowhere in Nigeria where or in Lagos where you don't see poverty, abject poverty, and the Lagos state government has been clearing people from, like, I know Obalende Bridge too. They've cleared people there, which they have to do
Yeah.
because Obalende Bridge is an eyesore. It's an eyesore
Mm-hmm,
from that
mm-hmm.
dirty water to the shanties there. Terrible.
Exactly.
They
Under
did a
that,
lot.
even that dirty canal under there, so people even just
Yeah,
sleep there or stuff. Mm-hmm.
yeah. The one in Dolphin Estate, the one you mentioned, the other one in Ikoyi under bridge,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
different places. They are dealing with the shanties there, the illegal structures of people living and setting up shop and setting up houses there. So they've been on a demolition rampage.
I wonder what the solution is as well. Like, what's the
That,
counter solution? What do they do to these people? Is it scatter the houses and then throw them back on the street so that they go and then,
so
like,
this is my
occupy street
problem.
corners and stuff?
This is generally a Nigerian leadership problem. Imagine Nigerian
Mm-hmm,
leaders as doctors. Imagine Nigerian leaders as doctors, and
mm-hmm,
there's somebody in the hospital that is chronically ill. This
mm-hmm,
guy has serious ailments, and one of the
mm-hmm.
symptoms of this ailment is heavy headache. The headache is heavy. His head is always pounding. Now, instead of doing deep surgery, open heart surgery to correct these ailments and make the person healthy, the doctors have decided to just give this person Panadol every 48 hours.
Exactly.
This is what Nigerian
To
leaders
kill.
do. So I understand you demolishing illegal shanties and everything, but have you addressed the housing deficit in Lagos first of all?
Mm-mm.
That is the key. And when I mean housing deficit, I'm not saying, oh, you building 50 houses or 30 flats in one area. We are talking of, like, you saying, okay, in Mushin now, we are demolishing like 40% of Mushin and we're turning it into like 40,000 housing units for low income people, for low income families, and people who are also in
Exactly.
the middle class, but middle class lower. Have you done that?
Mm-hmm,
Like what Jaconde used to do when Jaconde used to build those mighty estates?
mm-hmm,
No,
mm-hmm.
you have not addressed that. Now, a lot of the housing companies or the estate companies in Nigeria only build, everybody's building luxurious estates. Whether the estate is luxurious or not, that is up for debate.
Honestly.
There are a lot of
No,
people who still need housing in Lagos, you know,
mm-hmm.
fine, and that is another key issue where, okay, you have low income, your rent is 20,000 naira per month. It is self con, but the self con is done enough sense that okay, even there's a sense of human pride that even in self con, but it's not built like as if they're going to put an animal inside, and you pay 20,000 naira per month. That's like what 20 times 12 was that's 240 per month.
For the houses.
Yeah, for the self con apartment. If you can pay
Okay.
250 for under bridge apartment, you can pay 240
Mm-hmm.
for a correct self con in in a
For a
Lagos.
proper
Yeah, in
short
the Lagos
house.
State, yeah, Lagos State estate where the security is built close to a police station, is built close to a general
Mm-hmm.
hospital. uh
Mm-hmm.
There's adequate, every basic amenities are there. There are good roads in that estate. There's water in
And
that
also
estate. There's
pay the
electricity.
levies maybe for maintenance and cleaning, because we also I
Yes,
also find like as adults we're very irresponsible in this Nigeria in
irresponsible.
terms of
Those
like
are very
taking care of our
responsible.
environment.
So in this
Yeah.
estate, they're going to be written hard rules. You cannot convert your flat into a commercial entity or whatever. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
just start spreading clothes somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. You cannot do this. You cannot do
Exactly.
that. And there are basic amenities in that estate too. There's a community center where children can play. There's a community center where people can gather if you want to be worshipped, where they can act plays and everything. That should be the ideal. But this is too much hard lifting for any Nigerian leader. It's too much. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much grunt
So
work.
much
You can just
about.
Bro, you can just come on TV, talk nonsense, collect your money, and bounce every 4 years. There's no, but
Mm-hmm.
doing all that is too much of hard work. And we know that Nigerian leaders are very, very, when it comes to hard work, yeah, one more, that bro, they don't, no, they don't like that. It doesn't, they're allergic.
Honestly.
They're basically allergic. So, yes, demolishing all these places, fine, wonderful. Everybody wants to see Lagos look beautiful. Nobody's stupid and say, no, 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 no. It's not good to see when you go out at night and you see people living, sleeping in the petrol station. There's a housing deficit. There's also a larger conversation of other states have to do what they have to do to make sure their state is financially viable so that it will reduce
Exactly.
the rural to urban migration that we are seeing in Lagos. There are too many
Mm-hmm.
people in Lagos who don't have any plan, any home. They have nothing. They just come and say, this Lagos, we go enter Amo, we go sleep on that bridge
I
and we go try. If your
we go
state is
try.
thriving, if your state is thriving and you have a good home there, you have a good job, you will not live where you are and come to Lagos and just sleep under the bridge.
I'm telling
But
you.
other governors don't give a fuck. These are governors that can't even pay civil servants. It's now ethics they want to build. Nah. So
How?
it's
How?
it's just a reflection of Nigerian leadership and how we don't think about urban planning. We don't just think about urban planning in this country. So today, the money the shanties, those people gonna set up shanties somewhere else, maybe off the grid where nobody knows yet. And
Exactly.
yeah, it's like this thing they want to demolish Computer Village. Fine, anybody who has
Mm.
gone to Computer Village will know that this place. I went before it was Computer Village. I remember my father taking
Mm-hmm.
me inside that place, and that's where Fela's shrine was, Fela's African shrine, Purple
Mm-hmm.
Street.
Oh really?
Yeah, today you can't even see today that whole entire area is Computer
Mm-hmm.
Village, and Computer Village is in the heart of Ikeja, where that place in Ikeja is the dirtiest, most unorganized, crime-ridden place in Ikeja. Ikeja is the capital of Lagos. That place
Mm.
looks like Mushin. Obviously, there needs to be government intervention there. But
Mm-hmm.
before you now even say, oh, we don't want Computer Village there, where are you taking them to? They're taking them somewhere
Exactly. Are you
at the other
relocating
side of
them,
town. Other side of
transportating
town.
them? Mm-hmm.
Whether that will work, we don't know. We will see. But what are your plans for? Okay, yes, so Computer Village has now gone. What is your grand plan? Are you building houses for middle income earners in that place? Because that place traditionally was a residential area. Is that what you are
Mm-hmm.
doing? If you're not doing that, then everything you're just doing is making noise. You're just playing to the gallery at the end of the day. There's no
Honestly.
grand plan. Is there a commercial zone, a business zone in Ikeja where you can lift that business in Computer Village and then leave them there? Say, okay, this is the commercial area. Only businesses are supposed to be here. Only offices are meant to be here. And you build a proper structure for this Computer Village people, the guys there, that this is where your business is. Same rent, same whatever
Look
fees
at
you were paying. You
them.
just you
Yes.
just transplant them to that place and say, this place is just for commercial interests.
Mm-hmm.
There's not meant to be
Commercial.
there's no residential area here. There's no
Mm-hmm.
residential here. It's just strictly
Mm-hmm.
business. Does that work? Can we do that in every local government in Lagos? Where we say in every local
Exactly.
government there are like 4 business zones. This is where the zones will be. So this is where markets will be. This is where a mall will
Mm-hmm.
be. This is where companies will be. This is where office spaces will be. So that when I come to my house, or when I'm entering my street, I don't see 80% of the houses there are offices already. It is wrong. And
Exactly.
that happens in many streets in Lagos. Some streets are fighting back and saying no house here should be used for commercial purposes. But how many streets can do that really without government backing?
Exactly.
So everything Lagos government is doing is good. You clap for it, oh, but that's just 40% of the work. The heavy lifting is still there's still a lot desired for the heavy lifting, and I don't see them doing
Exactly.
that. Building 4 houses, 10 houses, no, that's just playing to the gallery. That's a drop in the ocean at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Because the problem still persists. And
Yeah,
right with what you said about translocating the market, because look at what even happened to trade fair at the time.
trade
Say,
fair.
oh, they're not going
Yeah,
to have trade fair. And now that whole big complex is just there.
yeah.
Nothing is actively happening there.
Look at
The
look at
thing
Joshua Market too.
Do you get what I mean? The thing that used to be the affair every year that used to have people coming from all over, you moved it to TBS and just sort of like killed that energy altogether.
Yeah,
Like they always come up with these ideas, but like have no plans for how to
there's no
settle or how to,
yeah, there's no human
yeah, how
face. Like
exactly
there's no humanity in what they do. So you lift
at
first of
all.
all, tell your show was an eyesore, right? So you say you wanted to
Mm-hmm,
build a marketing complex. That's fine. But you
mm-hmm,
have to know that 80% of the people that made up Ted Show were not like business women, not they were the little traders. Now you build a complex and the amount to rent that is skyrockets. These people can afford it. These people can afford it. So you go to a Ted Show and Ted Show is virtually empty. At least the last time I
exactly.
went, it's empty. So what exactly are you doing? It's like you're sweeping under the rug. You're sweeping the mess under the rug, waiting for the next government to do it. And we keep doing it.
And they never do it.
Meanwhile, every time somebody's advertising on Instagram that you should come and buy land, they also build an estate there. The estate will be one of the better estates in the world. Not everybody can afford luxury housing. No, but not everybody can pay 200 million naira for a 3 bedroom flat in the Koyi or Lekki.
Exactly.
Come
Oh,
on
that
now.
3 million is even
I said
now.
300. I said 300 million
Oh,
because you see some places they tell you
yes.
300 million. Yeah,
They even
don't do
not
down
paying
payment.
USD. Oh.
Yeah,
Ah,
those ones
no.
did. Those ones did now. The
Yes,
USD ones,
no.
them did now. There are plenty in the Koyi
Yes.
now. All those empty flats there, they are there.
Honestly. Remember that day we were having that conversation. Big shout out to Amanda and Hemi. When Amanda, when we wanted to have the recording with Amanda, when I was asking
Yeah,
these questions, we're talking about these things. Like, we have houses, not like there are no houses, but they are not occupied. Why? Because the cost of those buildings or the cost of or the cost implications of living in those areas are so high. We do understand that pricing is a structure for eliminating bad prospects, if so to
yeah.
speak. I don't think there's any bad prospect, but just eliminating the sort of creating the sort of structure that you're looking for, maybe in terms of people, tax brackets, whatever it is that you're looking for your building. But like, it still is land being occupied that nobody is using, that is not yielding any returns in any way. Why don't we look at the country in that way?
It's
That we have
fallow. It's
land.
fallow.
Do you understand what I mean? We have land that we're not using. It's not returning any. It's not giving any returns on investments. It's not also giving any returns in terms of the structure that is put there. So why are you there? Why is it there? Is it something
Because
that we
for
need to
show.
read? Do you
It's
get
there
what
for
I mean? We
show.
need to look back into our system to say, are we looking to restructure housing in Nigeria? Are we looking to restructure the cost of living?
Oh yes,
Of course,
we have to.
these are
We have
bigger.
to.
Do
We
you
have to.
understand? These
And
are large
it's a
scale
federal.
questions.
And it's a federal question. Like yeah,
Do you get what I mean?
we need to talk about housing in Nigeria. It's not all those housing estates they do have
Yeah.
like proper housing for people. Proper
See
housing for
now, I don't know. I don't know if I didn't see this on talking points, but let's just dabble a bit into what the NLC is trying to do with the minimum wage in
people.
Nigeria, right?
First of all, okay, let's jump into it. So
Okay.
our emperor,
Mm,
Julius August Caesar Bola Tinubu,
that guy's hit.
uh, on May Day, he announced that there's been an increase in the salary of federal government workers, 25%,
Mhm.
35%, respectively, based on the level you are in the civil service grade or something. And without even listening to the NLC, I was like, what does 25% and 35% do to your
Do
salary in this economy
do
where
you
things have
understand?
doubled, tripled, quadrupled overnight, basically, turning your savings into ash, basically, overnight?
Literally.
And the NLC came out and made a statement that they do not accept this, that they believe that the minimum wage should be 613,000 naira.
6:15.
615, thank you. Now, my
Mhm.
problem with the NLC is that I don't know. It's like you watching a movie. I don't know whether the movie is comedy or drama.
Mm.
I've tried to study
Please.
the NLC and I don't understand what they've been trying to do. They said they've been in talks with this government since Tinubu was president, what have you not.
Mhm.
And they said they want a new minimum wage. I don't know if the NLC president is joking by saying 613 or
Mm.
615. I know that for me, I feel that the minimum wage in Nigeria should be at least 250K based off
Mhm.
the reality. 615 looks like a strategy to continue making noise and not getting any results, and the government will keep doing what they are
Mhm.
doing. And they'll say, "Oh, look at us now! We're talking to the government on your behalf. We are shouting for 615."
Mm.
President Joe, his name is Joe Aberi or something like that. President Joe,
Mm.
let's be serious. In 1 year, you'll be dialoguing with the federal government, shouting about strike. You guys have claimed you want to strike at least 3 times. A day before the strike, you call it off, or the day of the strike, you call it off, right? And now you're shouting
Mhm.
for a ridiculous amount. It feels like this thing is orchestrated that we'll continue making noise like this, and before you know it, 4 years is over, and you now say, "Oh, we've done whatever we wanted to do." I don't take the NLC seriously when it comes to this fight of the minimum wage. I think they're a joke. I don't think they want, because I don't think a sensible NLC executive will come out and say they want 615,000 naira as a minimum wage.
Why, why,
Because
why, why do you feel that it's not sensible though?
I don't feel, one, they're not even looking at, so apart from the government being the government, they're not looking at the current
Mhm.
financial climate of
Mhm.
the federal government and the state government. If a state governor is struggling to pay 30K minimum wage or above,
Mhm.
250 is going to be like a stretch, highest
Is
stretch
it
for them.
because the money is unavailable or because they're not disbursing the money? I think that's
The
another thing that we
money,
need to probably.
money currently is unavailable for that because Nigeria is a
Mhm.
broke
Mhm.
state. Now, Nigeria
Mhm.
being broke doesn't mean that people are not stealing from the government coffers. That's different. Shout out to Yahaya
Of
Bello,
course.
allegedly. Shout out to Yahaya Bello,
Mhm.
allegedly.
Mhm.
615 feels like a journey for us in the next 80 years. You don't just come and slap,
Mm.
you don't just come and slap 615 like that and say it's immediate.
Mm.
I don't know if they're using that as a strategy that, okay, the government will negotiate and they'll bring it down to 300K or 250K. It could be. But I just feel that the NSC too are just playing to the gallery. They're not being very methodical about what they're trying to do and what they're trying to achieve.
Mm.
Today they shout strike. A day before they say no, there's no more strike. We are dialoguing with the government or we are talking with the government. I feel they're just making noise
Mhm.
so that time can pass and to look as if they're active. It's just like when you want to fight and you're doing demo, you don't really want to fight.
Mm.
But you're like, leave me,
Mm.
I kill it. That is what I feel the NSC is doing. Because ain't no way this person is going to pay 615. In short,
See.
150K. 150K. I can bet you some
Mm.
governors, a majority of governors will vote against it.
Mhm.
Edo State just announced 70K. And I feel that to me is stretch for most
So
for
the Lagos
most
State did the same thing too.
Lagos State did not announce it, but they say they've given bonuses like extra pay. They've not officially
Mm.
announced, but they've given a bump.
Mhm.
Maybe Lagos and some other states can reach 150. Maybe Lagos and
Mhm.
some other states can reach 150. But all these other states that still wait for from alert for the FG.
Mhm.
Una go
See,
una go hear when.
the truth is that I actually agree with you, but maybe for different reasons. But I definitely agree with the point, the direction that you're looking at this from. Yes, it's a little high hand. It feels a little high handed to expect the Nigerian government to pay 615,000 naira to for as minimum wage to the average Nigerian, especially coming from the fact that we're coming from less than how many percent of that 30, from 30K to 615,000. That's a huge jump, right? I completely get that. But if you look at the breakdown of the 600 and what's the 615,000 naira is supposed to be like, which is what's like that sort of salary breakdown, it's actually not ridiculous if you look at it, especially in the economy of today. So the breakdown of the 615 thousand naira minimum wage, housing and accommodation 40K, electricity and power 20,000, utility water bill 10,000, says
Well,
kerosene and gas 35,000. He says they say food. I don't know why 9,000 by 30, but maybe 30 days a month. I guess
is this
9,000
for the
naira every
is
day.
this for the 615K? Is this the breakdown of
Yeah,
615K?
yeah,
Okay.
this is the breakdown. So it says food 270,000 for a month,
I'll break
medical
it down,
50,
sure.
clothing 20K, education 50K, sanitation 10,000, transportation 110,000. Now, if the breakdown of the money itself is not ridiculous, because we probably, as the average Nigerian probably spends more than this in a month without even checking. And I think that
Probably.
that is another thing that really allows us to be frivolous with spending, in a sense, if or not checking things blow for blow, in a sense, right? We have a lot of money moving in the system that is unaccounted for. Away
Oh
from that,
yes,
we're not also
definitely.
a budget driven country, right? If we're
So
budget driven, then we'll be stricter with the ways that we handle money. But
is this the same country where a senator was suspended because he said some senators were padding the budget padding?
exactly, you know,
we are
so
not a
stuff
very
that
we are not a
we're not
very
accountable people.
we're not accountable, we're not deliberate, we don't do long term planning,
Exactly.
we do
No,
basketballs,
we don't.
which is backed by
We actually
corruption
don't.
and incompetency and inefficiency,
At the
basically.
end of the day, right?
Yeah, just give me the
Because
money. Don't worry about the contract. Whether I deliver the contract or not, don't just give me the money. You control your share now.
first, you get,
Yeah.
because the highest thing on this breakdown really is food, which in all fairness is has really skyrocketed in the past couple of months.
They'll tell you they're working on
Power,
it.
man, we how? Because I don't what I mean, is that what we're going to be going to the market to tell the market women, oh, they are going to work on it, the prices are going to come down.
Mhm.
I bought a cup of ogbono for 2,000 naira. A cup of ogbono. That 2,000 naira used to be able to make a full pot of soup in on a good day. Just a cup of ogbono is 2K. Like,
Mhm.
so the most expensive thing in this breakdown is food. And as
Yes.
much as we want to say, yes, that this guy is a little bit in over his head to be saying 615K for minimum wage, I agree, yo. But
But you know
that's
that
less
but you know
30K
that
is not
but you know that
100K.
you know
No
that minimum
money.
wage minimum wage is not average wage. It is minimum wage is that the entry
This
level
is
for every
to go.
the entry level for every position. So that means how will I put it now? The lowest ranked person in any organization who's entering.
Is
You know when you're
should
you know when you're like
earn
an
less
intern
than
or
30K. Mm-hmm.
when you're straight from university and you enter
Yeah.
a company, then they're going to start you off with the base level salary.
Yes.
So that is what for me, I believe that 615 for a base salary might be too high. But with the way the country is, and to show Nigerian politicians pepper, I think we should even take it to 700 so that they cannot rest. Their mind will not rest. But
Do
what
you
I'm saying,
get?
I don't trust this NSC because now they go talk. Let's go and protest with the money for night. We go call here and that thing. I don't trust these people.
Nobody go through them. They never
Uh,
followed through with that shit. I think that
never.
the last strike I ever saw the NLC do in Nigeria was when Oshomole was NLC president. One
Does
time, one time like that.
Occupy Nigeria? Occupy Nigeria was the last one, 2012. Was the last
Exactly.
time after they gave us
That
after the leg over they did for us. Oh more
everybody wised up.
everybody
And
going
then we
mad.
started seeing Oshomole dipping his hands into the plates of the people that he was formerly fighting. Oh,
Eh,
such a
eh,
betray.
okay,
A betray. God.
okay.
No,
Mhm.
I think that was one of the most painful betrayals for me. This me speaking personally in the
They
Nigerian scene or
they did.
in Nigerian politics. I swear, because Oshomole was really, and the way he was, I don't know. I don't want to say the obvious things, but he felt so determined. That no, holding the
back,
government
back then,
accountable.
back then,
Believed him.
if Oshomola says Nigeria is going on strike, hey, everybody, it will be as if
Yes,
the end of the world. People will be buying food stuff, buying everything. Say, hey, Oshomola said there's strike. Oh.
I do.
And so
Do
my
you
guy said,
get?
my fellow Nigerians, it has been nice to know you people. But
See,
onward
let
Christian
us
soldiers,
see.
onward Christian soldiers, onward
Let's
Christian
see.
soldiers. I'm going to the top. Yeah.
No, it's just so wild. And I completely agree with you from the perspective of, as a minimum wage, it's a little too much. But really, the breakdown of it doesn't even seem crazy at all.
So my
The
problem is
breakdown
that
doesn't.
if
Mhm.
the guy won't pay this, fix the economy, reduce the hyperinflation,
You get?
work, strengthen the naira. But no, they're just sitting there waiting and they're telling you, oh, be patient and be patient. And bro, I can't be patient, man, because I can't take patience to the supermarket to go and buy anything. It's not possible.
Patience is not going to feed me though.
People
And
who are
even from that, we have too many
continue.
young minds hanging fallow, doing
Yeah,
nothing.
of course now.
No production. We're not produce the people who are managing the businesses that are managing to produce are struggling to produce.
So
Struggling. Why?
we can't even
Because
get investment in the country because of the way the naira is.
it's
Because Nigeria
because
should
of
be
the way the Naira is, the way the economy
a
is.
Nigeria should be a manufacturing haven where countries from
Honestly,
abroad just start setting up factories and we have people who are employed. That is the beauty of China. China has so much population. Like, you know what? The whole world bring your business here. Labor is cheap. You don't have to spend that much, the way you're manufacturing in America. And you will produce very fast and people are employed. I read the story of how the iPhone was created. This guy broke down the iPhone. So he now got to a chapter of how the iPhone is assembled, and he went to one of the biggest factories in China. It's a mega factory. Do you know that there's a
mm,
hostel there? There's a cinema there. There's a gym there. There's a park there. Basketball, this thing there. It's like a town basically where the workers live.
mm,
So when you finish working in the factory, you go back into that town and you live normally. It's a town on its own. Let's not talk
mm,
about the excessive labor laws there where you have to work for hours. But what I'm saying is that
mm,
you can see how development has come where places that were villages in China like 20 years ago are now become towns because Apple has decided to invest. Oh, there's a factory there. Let's invest. Let's invest in that factory and let them be manufacturing iPhones. And you can see how that community has developed. We don't have that in Nigeria. We have over 200 million Nigerians. A lot of young people are fallow. Put them in factories. Let's start building. Man, there are a lot of projects that we still need to do in Nigeria. We still need to build bridges. We still need
mm.
to make roads. These are potential employment avenues. But no, the
Yep.
government is just talking and talking and talking and telling us to keep patience. But there we are.
And
There we are.
whatever happened to bringing foreign expats into the country to build something that is for Nigerians from the scratch, right? This used to happen a lot in the past, and I don't know what is even happening there. So we're begging for money to keep taxing to keep taxing the people that are not producing anything over and over and over again. Like, bring in experts. If we say we want to monetize charcoal in Nigeria, we're always falling trees and never replanting. I saw one documentary of, well, maybe not a documentary, but a video on the guys who are setting up Eco Atlantic. There was this tree in Ikoyi that they fell, and so now they transplanted or they relocated the tree to Eco Atlantic to transplant, and it's just trying to show us how they're conserving ecology and economy. No, but we don't do that across border. Even look at this Lagos Calabar road that we're building now. They've already started that road since. So I saw that road from the beginning of this year already. They had already started pushing it small, small, and it's
Mm,
currently ongoing. As much as we understand that this road can definitely lead to a lot of commerce between the south
economic
part of Nigeria.
economic trade. Yeah,
Yeah,
economic trade.
just do you get what I mean? Like, intra economic trade in the country. We know that it's possible to have those vines and those veins to be used to develop our countries, but each state isn't even doing anything.
I said on some
What
states,
is, do you
see,
get?
sometimes when we criticize someone, I understand, yes, every leader should be criticized. But bro, there are many of his contemporaries, many of his colleagues bro, they don't even spend 10 days in their states.
They're
They're in
so
Abuja.
chilled.
Nobody stresses them. Like, yeah, well, so what's my own business? They are not making sure that their state is economically viable. I should
At
expect that
all.
Tinubu should have called all the governors and tell them, present me a 10-year blueprint of how you're going to develop the economy of your state that you become independent from the federal government.
Do you
Some states are already
understand?
there already.
From where
But
to
no,
where?
it will never happen. They are just waiting for federal
They,
allocation because it pays them. Some states will work and the others will benefit from work that you've not done. And if we do that,
it's
we'll know that
crazy.
some states don't need to exist. They need to be absorbed back into the states they broke out from. Because there's no point. You are
Honestly,
not economically viable. You are not making money. So go
mm-mm.
back.
Not a good
I also,
business venture.
I also feel that a lot of civil service, whether state civil service or federal civil service, is bloated. Is bloated. There are too
Mm-hmm.
many ghost workers. This
Oh, of
thing. We
course.
need we need to trim. We need to trim that down. But nobody will trim it because it encourages the corruption.
Of course. The
Yeah,
cost of governance is so expensive.
it
So
must be
high.
expensive. It has to be expensive.
Honestly.
Let's not even talk
It's
about
so so
senators. Those ones are they're just waiting for Toyota to release a brand new Jeep, so they will ask for a new Toyota.
it's such a mess because if this country is going to see the semblance of any growth, we honestly and want to give the naira a fighting chance, one of the avenues would definitely to create the opportunity for the naira to even be viable. And
What?
viability would also be largely I say, do you understand? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, and viability of the naira will be largely dependent on how much of the naira we're even putting into the system, how it's working for us, how are we investing or trading our talent or our resources to be able to churn out the sort of money that we're looking for. Because what we're
See,
consistently doing is borrowing to put back into a failed system for people to steal it. It's not coming back. The money is
I've
never
said it.
coming back into the system.
I've said
We
it
they chop
that
the profit. We they chop the
Niger-
profit, chop the capital. God I beg.
Nigerian leaders don't like doing the hard work. They just want to do the soft touch, baby boy life, baby boy life.
Hmm.
Come to work 12
Such
o'clock,
sugar baby country.
leave by 4 p.m. and we are done. Go and party somewhere.
That's
They are
it.
chilling. Mhm.
Honestly,
It's
that's
crazy.
all we know. That's all we know how to do. Really,
Yeah,
just new avenues for begging
yeah.
or new
Now,
avenues for consuming money.
yeah. Now, one madness to another. What
As
our
always.
leaders told us was that when they deregulate the price of fuel will be constant. There'll be no scarcity, and everything. What we have seen in Nigeria is that yet again, because I'm not surprised that whatever a politician
Mm-hmm.
tells you, if a politician sees you in the morning and says good morning, look at your watch. Make sure do double confirmation. Look at your watch, look at your phone to make sure that you're in the morning.
Okay.
Because Nigerian politicians, see, Satan is the father of lies, but Nigerian
God,
politicians, bro, they are the grandfather of
they're the
lies.
chieftains, honestly. Now they're the godfathers.
Since Tinubu has deregulated or announced there's a deregulation of or removal of subsidy of fuel, you know,
Mm.
we've seen that there have been certain people in that industry who are not still satisfied and just are paying 650, 750, 550, wherever you are for price of fuel. Many people are saying that the real price should be 1,000. And
Can you imagine?
there have been claims that the Tinubu administration have been paying subsidy codedly without people knowing.
Exactly.
Now, to me, not this me as a layman, it seems that the fuel industry are fed up and they want to jack the price. And we've seen this playbook over the time, where there's the artificial scarcity and they jack the price, 750.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday, I bought fuel for 750 naira, right? And I didn't know that it would get worse during the week. Monday, there was no fuel anyway. Monday, I wanted to go to work and I stood at the bus stop for like 2 hours. No, not for like 2 hours, like an hour. There were no cars.
Wow.
Nothing was moving. I didn't even know it was that bad. So when I later got, I think I took Uber. I now saw that almost fuel stations people were queuing there, and when people queue for
Mm.
fuel, angry, people started fighting.
Honestly.
It happened Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As you speak, there's still fuel scarcity in Lagos. During the weekend, NPC said, in 48 hours, the fuel queues will disappear. Meanwhile, Ipman, that something in petrol, they said this fuel scarcity will last for 2 weeks. So those are the people that came out and told us the truth that it will last for 2 weeks. What is the cause of this
Mm,
scarcity? They said logistics. I don't said what logistics is different from the logistics we were doing before. When two people do this logistics
exactly.
before, so why is it now that this logistics is not different? Is there a new process in this logistics? I just feel that some
That's
people
all.
just want to increase the price of fuel. I may be right, I may be wrong. And they're like, it has to enter the 650, 750. They say Sokoto is like 1,000, 2,000. I'm like, bro,
Imagine.
you tell me
But
what.
some people bought 2,000 naira in this
Yes,
in Lagos this
black market.
period.
Now. You buy black
Black
market.
market. Yeah.
Yes. And
Huh.
this is yet again another failure. There was a clip that went viral. Um, there was a 1995 video of Nigerians queuing for fuel, and one lady, she was very well spoken,
94,
beautiful lady.
94.
Oh, 94,
Mm,
yes, so 94. And
mm.
that was 30 years ago, complaining about fuel scarcity. There was another one again I watched, 1984. People were queuing for fuel in Lagos.
Mm.
I'm not like, when will this bullshit stop? When are we going to have a set of leaders that actually know how to fix a problem? Because I can't think of any Nigerian problem the Nigerian leadership has fixed in the last 30, 40 years since the return of democracy.
That's
If I'm wrong, point me out. One fundamental problem that Nigerian leaders have solved is it electricity,
none.
is it fuel, is it security, education, good roads, healthcare. We are settling on
Nothing.
this, we've been settling this mountain for too long, and we are too passive a people to be allowing this rubbish to happen. But guess what? This
Honestly.
thing will continue happening until Nigerians learn the hard lesson. The pain we are feeling now is still palatable. We can say I manage it. There's a day that pain will be too much. We have no other option than to say, excuse me, it's enough. It's enough. But
Exactly.
now we are still managing
Enough
it.
is enough.
Yeah. People are still smiling, going to go and queue for fuel, and everything. Once we get to that level where it's hard for us to breathe, then we'll ask ourselves the real hard questions in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because it's really just it's become a madness what we're experiencing in Nigeria. Personally, as you rightly said at the beginning of the pod, like I think right. I currently even have too much going on in my head for me to even be worrying about. I didn't let this fail scarcity even stress me at all. I want to say a big shout out to Beatrice. Beatrice is this guy on my street who helps me to get like run my errands, the errands that I probably used to run around for myself previously. And he had just like taken it upon himself to run those like errands for me. So first of all, big shout out to him. Really great guy. But previously, what should have been happening? I was on my way to the gym on Monday morning, and I just realized that. So I bike to the gym because not far from my house. I can
Yeah.
walk, but I mean stress. And it's not such a safe road because of the time. I go to the gym in the morning now, so I was on the way to the gym in the morning. I just saw cars parked by the side of the road. I was like, shit. Nobody needed to tell me that
Of course, no.
fuel scarcity has started. Do you understand?
That
And
started.
just seeing that just put me back in a place where I'm just like I'm actually sick of seeing this because 2 days before, over the weekend that Monday, our transformer had gone bad. Our transformer blew and we
Gege.
didn't have light. So there was no light, there was no fuel, there was heat. This had to be the most irritating time. As much as I wasn't going to go and queue for the fuel, it was just so upsetting. It's how very unproductive we are as people in Nigeria. We're
Yeah.
very unproductive. Even if you want to try to say, okay, for the electricity, I'll buy solar so that I'll be running on solar, and I'll buy a car so that I don't have to wait for the bus.
That,
I'll
that's too
yes, you
much.
found
That's
all
too much.
this. Do you understand?
Because solar is
You
quite
found
expensive. Solar is
it's
very
so
expensive.
expensive. Even at that, even with finding the solutions to our problems ourselves, because as you rightly said on this, I think on the last episode, Ayo, that we're our own government, right? So you find
Yeah.
the solution to each problem. However, you're not functioning properly because the problems are even so they're so little and in between that you think you can't solve it per time. So let us say you have as I was the analogy I was trying to give. So you've solved the electricity problem. You say you've solved your movement problem. You've solved your housing problem. Maybe you're not a landlord or whatever as it may be. You know, you've solved a couple of your problems. Then you start having small problems like skill problem. So maybe you there's a fault with your meter or something. Okay, NEPA come and check it. Problem. You can wait. That one can take you another 2 weeks if if it's a really good time for them. Another 2 weeks for it to come and be checked. If you have a plumbing problem, somebody wants to cheat you out of money because they also need money. Like it will affect you somehow. The unproductiveness of the country just sort of it has a way of just catching you in one place. Sometimes I want to beat myself up and say, "Oh my God, I'm not achieving enough. I'm not doing enough." But it's just like, how am I able to achieve enough when I'm thinking the things that are taking over my mind are immediate things that can really, really, really they don't need to be there. And then
Yeah,
just being in Lagos, it heightens it times 50%.
yeah.
Like it's in fact 100% worse than what
Is it
it's
is
you know,
intensified
everything
level?
is do you get what I mean? It heightens it the it's a lot. I feel like if I talk about this, I'll actually have a headache, but it's just a whole
Yeah,
lot. And I've tried my best to stay away from the stress of Nigeria, the stress of Lagos State, and I really can't. I really need a break from this because I know I've been saying it for a bit, but you guys, when I take that break, you will actually know that I've taken the break. Not that 234 is going to stop or anything, but we really need to take a break because no, this place is not a real place. Lagos is not a real place. Nigeria is not a real place, to be honest. Like we still keep talking about the same problems over and over and over. It's
yeah.
just like
Like they say,
when does it
Ugochi,
stop?
like they say,
Shush.
Ugochi, if you explain Nigeria to somebody who doesn't know Nigeria and that person understands, you didn't explain very well. Because Nigeria is
Honestly,
crazy contradictory things happening at the same time. So
honestly,
for this first
it's so
scarcity, I didn't let it bother me because I know that it's not my fault. I cannot come and carry somebody's failure and incompetency and corrupt behavior on my head.
honestly.
Same way with electricity. It's not my fault. I've done my part. I am a
Mhm.
responsible citizen of Nigeria. I pay tax.
Love
I
it.
pay for the I pay for the electricity I use. I pay for the petrol I
Mm-hmm.
use. So if you can't do your
Mm-hmm.
job, I should not feel bad. I'll just create contingencies for myself. Simple as that. No matter the contingencies you do, Nigeria will still eat at you. But at least you reduce it, you minimize it
Honestly,
a bit. You minimize it a bit.
oh,
It's their business. If they want to push petrol to 1,005, fine. It's all good for
make
them.
the petrol first day. That's another problem. You hike the price of things and then it's unavailable. So there's demand, there's no supply, and then the
NFPC
cost
says,
of even the demand is so high. Like how is
NFPC said it's
economically how is that
marketers.
viable?
NFPC
Say?
says marketers. NFPC said it's marketers trying to create artificial scarcity. I'm not like, so who will now call the marketers to order? Is it me that's in my own house that will call
Yes,
them to order? If you are complaining, what should the whole country now be doing?
we should be crying, no. We should
Uh-huh.
actually be crying blood
And
at this point.
as usual, nobody will get fired. Nobody will get any reprimand. Nothing will happen. The same those that are still doing here will still be here in the next 2 or 3 years. And I'm sure we're
Mm-hmm.
still going to have more scarcity this year. I can bet you.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, we just start.
Yeah.
We're just in Q2. But we're
Mhm.
close to December now. That's by Q3, Q4. You see
Uh,
the Ogbonge one they'll drop for us so that it can lead us to the end of the year.
yeah, Q3 is when they look at Omo. We know if we balance, we know if we eat profit this year. Oh yeah, Jack and raise up,
Mm,
raise up. Uh-huh. And
honestly.
the other 1K where their eye don't they look at. But anyway, as a Nigerian, please make sure that you have just have the life essentials. Rechargeable fan that can last at least a
See,
few hours. Power bank is necessary, and I'm talking about the
very important.
minimum thing. Minimum thing. Yeah. If you have those two, you're fine. You're okay. You go rougher. You don't
Mm-hmm.
go die. When they
And
decide to do
generator.
at least yes, generator. And when they try to bring light,
Ah,
just they'll try to bring light for 6 hours. Whatever band you are in, just enjoy it because you can't come and kill yourself because you're in Nigeria. Thank you.
honestly. Like, just speak softly to yourself because this country It's not. There's nothing soft about the country right now. It's just like
Everybody they vex. Everybody
everywhere you
hard.
look. Do you understand? The one wey really shock me of all the things wey go up for this country na that Indomie, because I
And it
don't
will go
understand
down.
how Indomie.
It's not a
Eh?
staple. It's a staple now. It will go up now.
It's a staple, but like that staple is staple. 20K for small carton. How far? They should be serious, please, because if we vex now, we'll. And that's the thing about Nigeria. Anytime that we hit like a gridlock with any brand, you just see a new brand sprout up from somewhere and beat down the price drastically. Me, I like that part of the competitiveness anyway, but it doesn't make any sense at the end of the day. Like if I want to buy Indomie, then I want to buy Indomie. I want to eat Indomie. That's what I want. But hey, it says unhealthy food, so it's okay.
They'll tell you to
But
go and
anyway,
take
I
Gary.
think do you know that even the Gary now it don't cost. So I don't even know how much a pint of Gary is right now, but
God
whatever
big.
it is, I know that the bottle of granite is about is if not 4K right now in some places. That is wild. Granite wey be say we dey look am less before 500 naira per
True.
bottle. Now
I
don dey
think
enter 4,000.
I think
Hmm.
we've already ranted also, and we'll talk about first scarcity. So this should just
Yeah.
naturally lead us into flop of the week, which goes to the one and only NMPC for doing what they know how to do best.
Shit,
Best,
guys.
best in collecting big salary, and worst in doing just the basic, the basic. That is all, the basic. You know, you've made
Honestly.
Nigerians go out again, yet again, to go and queue for fuel, black market hustling and everything. I said I will not go and queue for fuel. Now went for a day and then go buy. I can't come
Honestly.
and shout. Yeah, queue for fuel stresses me, gives me anxiety. It makes me
Honestly.
yeah. Because I shout at a lot of people in the first station, especially all those fuel attendants who want to be doing mago mago. Person no go dey line.
See.
Una go queue. And this is another thing for Nigerians. You will see injustice right in your eyes, and you people keep quiet. Somebody from somewhere will bring his own keg or his own car, and you people be looking. No, I don't look. Oh, they scatter for them there. They scatter for them there. Scatter everywhere. Let there be chaos first of all for the next 5 minutes.
I
For that,
love it.
the next guy, sorry, please, he just wants to. I said no. I was here before him. I want to film. If the others want to allow that person to charge them, it's fine. But me, I was here before them. So please, fill up my keg. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, because Nigerians love that. But fuck
Uh,
once again for not doing their job. We don't know
Middle
when this
finger.
we don't know when this first casting to be over, but God is with us.
Honestly, do you know that the person that went to go and help me get fuel told me about this Oga that brought like he came with his SUV. You know how they always move now.
Oh
Brought
yeah.
four kegs of 50
Oh,
50 liter.
and they'll say fill it up.
Brought 450. Jonathan, fill it up, my dear. They just fill and finish. They never tight am. Na im the driver go move. All four fell on the ground. The fuel poured.
Okay. God is good.
I thank God. The guy said everybody didn't even like nobody knew what to do. Should we laugh or should we cry? Because we
Yeah, they
don't
laugh.
wait for queue. Yeah. Jonathan, and do you know that after that happened, the flight attendants then said that that's the end, that there is no fuel
Yes, sir.
again, that people need to go. Just like what?
That's why I don't
I'm
like all
like
those
this
cars. I don't like all those big cars
just
that come. First of all, they'll say fill up my tank. For Jeep where they
mm,
consume fuel, they now say 450 liter kegs. By that time they don't finish the whole fuel now.
powerful.
They don't
Do
finish the
you
whole fuel now.
understand?
They still remain again.
Some people will be say they bring granite oil container just to collect small for you. You have now killed their chances altogether.
So people are bringing nylon, black nylon. I don't. Those ones want to kill themselves. I believe those also want to kill themselves for bringing the black nylon.
Honestly,
Or some people bring water dispenser bottle. Say please, it's
just
crazy.
just put it inside here for
Yeah.
me. Like
Or
it's really mad though. But
some people detach their generator tank and carry it to the fuel station. Just
I carry it. Oh,
I'm like,
carry it.
is it that bad? Is it that bad? But anyway,
Determination.
yeah,
Everything. See, fuck NNPC, fuck the marketers, fuck
fuck
anybody,
every
fuck the Nigerian government. See, anybody that is making us have first scarcity right now, fuck you.
I'll fuck the fuel
Period.
attendants. Because now they carry shoulder again. Now they carry shoulder. Now they behave like
Fine.
God. God go catch you now.
Honestly,
Okay. Prop of the week.
crazy.
Prop of the week goes to, since we celebrated May Day, goes to Nigerian workers who are overworked and underpaid. Uh,
Honestly.
all those people that work in one man business where they tell you that you can't go home by 6, you have to wait till God knows where. God is with
And you
you.
can't go on holiday. You can't go on
Yes.
holiday because you did not finish your work, idiots.
Yeah. It's people that work for people's
Fool.
jobs and are paying them only one salary. God is with you. God will bless you. Thank you.
Hmm.
And those HRs that make life a living hell for Nigerian workers. Your day of judgment is coming. They will play your case on the
See,
day of
and it's
judgment.
coming soon. Very, 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 very soon. First of all, HR is not your friend, Sham. Facts.
Never, never.
HR never been your friend. And HR is just an employee just like you. You want to empathize, but however, fuck HR because your work is to manage resources. And if the resources, the human resources, are not properly managed, that is for me, I don't know how that's not a clear indication that you're not doing your job right. But well, if your slave drivers think that you're doing your job right, then who are we the but to follow the bandwagon? But for all those HRs that can't stand their ground, fuck you. Because really you're cheating at your job because you're not standing your ground and you're not managing the people you're supposed to manage properly. So fuck you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
And on,
much.
and on that note, we are out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for listening to us. It's been a blast as usual.
Yes, yes.
If you have fuel to give us,
As
please
always,
ask for our address. You want to send us 50 liters of fuel, we'll gladly take it. At
very
this point,
important.
that's currency. If you want to send fan mail to fanmail at 234essential.com.
And follow us on every social media platform at 234 Essential Podcast. Also, there used to be a time when our listeners used to send us food. Those were good old days. But not food now, but like support us, support the endeavor, support the movement, literally fuel 234. Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. On that note, we're out. Peace, guys.
Be kind.